you get when you mix parkour, machine guns, and Molotov cocktails. Pretty dangerous combination, especially if it's brought to you by Splash Damage and published by Bethesda Softworks. Brink is set on the floating utopian city of Ark, which is experiencing disease and overpopulation. The city is divided by civil war between the resistance and security forces who are trying to prevent the rebels from leaving the island to bring back help from the outside world. As the game begins, players choose between the two factions. The single-player campaign contains 6 missions plus 2 what-if missions in both factions. The plot is bland at best with little character and story development. It is basically rebels against the people in charge. With only 8 missions per faction, players can easily play through the single-player between 4 to 6 hours, which makes co-op and multiplayer more attractive than playing with bots. In addition to the single player, the game also features free play, where you can create your own games of up to 8 players per team or join other games. All 8 maps are included as well in the various mission modes as seen in the single player. There's also the challenges mode, which is kind of a tutorial and simulator mode for players to practice and unlock additional weapons and abilities for your characters. Players can play solo or locally up to 4 players. These 4 challenges can be easily completed in less than an hour. You're better off playing free play mode or co-op mode unless you want to unlock some items and upgrades.
The HE charge and protect it from enemy engineers, as they are the only class able to.
Brink's character customization allows players to select different physical features ranging from body type and facial features to clothing and fighting abilities. In order to unlock more weapons, abilities, and other characteristics, you will need to gain experience points by completing missions and challenges. Though this sounds time-consuming, it is actually very simplistic and not as extensive as one would expect from a Bethesda-published game. Other than the character's face, all other options are interchangeable, making customization superficial. Regardless of what side you end up choosing, there are 4 classes: Soldier, Medic, Engineer, and Operative. Each have different attributes and abilities that will prove crucial in each mission depending on the objective. Soldiers set charges and supply ammunition. Medics heal and revive. Engineers lay mines, build turrets, and disarm mines and bombs. Operatives hack computers and can disguise themselves as the enemy. In reality, the delineation between the classes is not very well defined, as you won't have to use special abilities that frequently. Furthermore, each level has command posts where you will be able to switch between classes and weapons, making mastering classes virtually unnecessary to the game. That said, players should not think that you can go all Rambo and run off guns blazing without your team. On the contrary, Brink emphasizes teamwork as it is essential to completing missions. If you stray even for a moment, you will be chewed up by the enemies, as they tend to travel in packs. Missions range from escorting VIPs, planting charges, hacking terminals, stealing important objects, and repairing machines. However, the objectives do get repetitive each mission. Time plays a large role in each mission. While a bomb timer makes sense, there are some truly odd design choices based on an arbitrary ticking clock, such as defending a dead body from the other team. Level designs in each mission are well developed, however, with different passageways for the different body types to utilize through the new smart movement system, a central feature of the game. Smart movement allows players to use free running to jump over obstacles and sliding to avoid danger. The system is very fluid and controls respond well, allowing you to creatively kill enemies with a combination of parkour and rapid gunfire. Unfortunately, the game does not encourage more use of the system in missions, which makes it more of a background feature rather than an essential element. Visually, Brink looks very good. Characters are well detailed. We did experience some pop-in, but when the game finally catches up, it looks great. The voice acting is solid and the accents are believable. However, special effects leave much to be desired, as explosions are particularly lackluster, especially with the amount of grenades and explosive charges used in the game, which amount to just small flashes with tiny plumes of smoke. Despite some nice concepts, such as the use of smart movement and emphasis on teamwork through different classes, Brink seems a little incomplete. The bland plot and short single player make replayability very low unless you decide to play co-op with some friends. If you are a solo player, this might not be for you. But if you're looking for a new multiplayer adventure, Brink just may be your next game. But it may be best to look before you leap.
I'm changing mode!